crises or major things happening?
The crisis has just been extreme worry over my husband catching it because he's sickly, or me bringing it home to him.
And how have you managed that worry?
Well, I take some medications
Uh-huh.
for anxiety.
What medications are you taking?
I am taking lorazepam
Uh-huh.
and a sleeping pill to sleep.
What's the sleeping pill?
It's over the counter Unison.
Okay.
Oh, and Prozac in the morning.
Okay, thank you. And what would you say your strengths are?
Well, I am social. I do like to go to things and plan things and be involved to things I care about. I like charity work for things I care about.
And what would you say your strengths are in overcoming these issues, in dealing with these issues that you just brought up to me?
My strengths are, I'm just waiting for this to be over, but my fear is that it's never, ever going to be over. And so I just feel I should persevere and go to things without the stress. And I do have a lot of times where I think I have COVID, but of course I don't. But I worry that my throat hurts or I don't feel good and maybe I have COVID.
So switching gears a little, what is your previous experience with therapy?
I haven't had too much. I've gone to a few therapists through the years. And it has been helpful a little. It has been helpful, yes. But I haven't gone during COVID. I have not gone since there's COVID.
Okay. Do you have any history of suicidal ideation, like thoughts of killing yourself, or homicidal ideation, thoughts of killing other people?
Well, no homicidal, but I do once in a while think I mean, the thought crosses my mind, but I mean, not in a real sense.
Okay. So more of an idea like you wish everything would just end.
Yes, that's very good. Yes, that would be the idea.
Okay. So but you don't have any plans of harming yourself?
No.
Okay.
Not really. No, I don't make any plans.
Okay. So do you okay, and who is your physician that's prescribing you your medication?
Well, I was going to a specialist, but now my GP gives me the Prozac 20 milligram and the lorazepam.
Okay. And tell me about your family of origin. What is your relationship with your family like?
My parents?
Yeah.
Well, it was good. Pretty good. I mean, they had a hard time getting along, but each relationship to me was okay.
Okay. They didn't get along with each other?
Right.
Okay, great. And were there any significant events such as deaths, divorce, abuse, illness?
With my parents,
Yeah.
yes, they both passed away. So especially, well, yeah, so they divorced, and then my mother was alone, and that was and stressful. I was a caretaker, and I had children, little children, and I was the caretaker of my mother.
Is there a family history of psychiatric or mental illness?
Yeah, a small amount of, aunts and uncles, but it was it was during times when they had no help. There was no
Mm,
real idea of go to therapy or taking medication. So they kind of just either fell apart or didn't really get any help. So that was hard.
that sounds difficult. Is there any substance abuse or dependent in your family?
Um, uh, no, not really.
Any
Not,
legal
not,
issues?
not extreme, huh?
Not extreme?
Right, nothing extreme.
Okay. Any legal issues?
Legal issues. Mm, yeah, there was some with my father that his ex-wife wound up with all his money, and we kind of got a lawyer and fought against that.
Okay, thank you. And what is your current living arrangement?
I am living in a retirement community.
Okay. And how do you like that?
Well, I did like it a lot
Uh,
before COVID hit, but now there's a lot of infighting. People who aren't vaccinated, wanting to go to things, and other people saying you can't, and not knowing who to be near or be with because you're not sure if they're vaccinated or not.
um, I see. And do you live there alone or do you live with a partner, your children?
I have a husband.
And what are your feelings about your current living situation? You mentioned that you're having a more difficult time now that there's COVID. Is there anything you want to add?
um Want to add to this? Yeah, I'm estranged from some friends, and we've had some arguments and fights over not being vaccinated. And also, some of my friends are too, eh, make me more anxious because they're so worried,
Mm,
and that I kind of am, torn with that a little bit.
um, do you have any financial, legal, or immigration issues?
No, not really.
Okay. And with your partner, you mentioned you had a partner. How long have you been married? Or are you married?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm married. Yeah, I
And
am
what is
married a long
how long
time.
have you been married and what is the quality of the relationship?
Oh, it's a long time. I've been married a long time, and it's okay. It's fine. We're,
Okay.
we fight once in a while. We do bicker and fight over things, but in general, we are okay.
And how long is a long time?
40 years.
Oh, that is a long time. Um, and do you have any history of abuse or codependence in your relationships?
Yeah, I suppose I'm codependent with my husband.
Okay. Um, now I wanted to talk about your educational and vocational history. So what is your education, like your highest grade completed?
I have a BA.
And what do you think about education?
I think it's extremely important,
Uh-huh.
especially in the political divide that we have in this country.
Uh-huh.
Be educated is to understand what's happening to the world around you.
Okay. Um, let's see. How does your are there any ways that your culture or you have any spiritual influences?
Well, I am Jewish
Uh-huh.
and I do go to temple.
Uh-huh.
But I do believe that because of my family's history of abuse for being Jewish, it has probably made me more neurotic.
And are you talking about on a personal level abuse or like cultural?
Well, no, it was cultural and personal. I mean, I had bullying as a
Mhm.
child.